It started with the lights. For 3 nights in a row, the quiet American town of Hollow Creek, population just under 3,000, had been waking up to a strange glow shimmering above the forests. Locals described it as a pale white fire that didn't burn, hovering in complete silence. Some said it moved with intention, slow, deliberate, as though observing the town from above. Sheriff Dalton received over 20 calls in a single night. Eyewitnesses feared everything from ghostly apparitions to government experiments. But no one was prepared for what came next. On the 4th night, a teenager vanished. 16-year-old Jacob Whitmore left his house, saying he was just stepping onto the porch to see if the lights are back. His mother found the porch door open, the wind chimes still shaking, and Jacob gone. The only clue, a single set of footprints leading into the woods, and none coming back out. Residents whispered about the return of an old legend, something known only as the Hollow Watcher. Before Hollow Creek became a quiet American town with diners, cornfields, and church picnics, the land belonged to an old settlement known as the Brethren of the Lantern, a strange religious sect that vanished in the late 1800s. Their records spoke of a watching spirit, a presence that wandered the forests, appearing as a tall figure with glowing eyes. According to their writings, the Watcher was neither angel nor demon, but a guardian that demanded one thing every century: a witness. One person taken, one soul removed, her keeper of balance. Each time the glow appeared in the skies, someone disappeared shortly after. Locals dismissed the tales as folklore, fireside stories told to scare kids during camping trips. But Jacob's disappearance changed everything. And then came the second victim, a hunter named Russell Marks, who left early one morning with his rifle. His truck was found abandoned at the trail entrance, keys still in the ignition, the driver's side door wide open, as if someone had stepped out or been pulled. The forest surrounding Hollow Creek began to feel suffocatingly quiet. No birds, no insects, as if the woods themselves were holding their breath. The old stories resurfaced, spreading across the town like wildfire. The Watcher has returned, and he is choosing. Sheriff Dalton, desperate for answers, contacted Dr. Evelyn Hart, a well-known paranormal researcher who had investigated unexplained disappearances across rural America. She arrived carrying infrared cameras, EMF readers, and a notebook full of testimonies from similar phenomena. On the first night of investigation, Evelyn set up her equipment near Hollow Creek Forest. The temperature dropped 20 degrees in seconds. Her camera picked up a tall silhouette between the trees, motionless, towering, with 2 faint white lights where eyes should be. Then the radios went dead, the lights in the sky flickered, and the forest responded. A deep, resonant hum vibrated through the ground. Evelyn whispered, "He's here." Sheriff Dalton tried to call out, but his voice vanished in the cold air. The silhouette shifted, one slow, unnatural movement. It didn't walk, it glided, almost like an old film played frame by frame. Out of nowhere they heard a boy crying, "Help! Someone help me!" "Jacob?" They ran toward the sound, but the forest distorted around them. Trees stretched impossibly tall, shadows twisted into shapes that shouldn't exist. The hum grew louder, vibrating through their bones. Evelyn shined her flashlight onto a clearing. There stood the Watcher, tall, drowned in darkness, 2 white eyes glowing like dying stars. Behind him, hovering several inches above the ground, were Jacob and Russell, unconscious but alive. Evelyn stepped forward, trembling but determined. "What do you want?" she shouted. The Watcher tilted its head, and the light in its eyes flared brighter. A voice, deep, layered, echoing from everywhere and nowhere, filled the clearing. "A witness is missing." Evelyn realized what it meant. Someone generations ago had broken the pact. The Watcher wasn't taking souls. It was reclaiming a debt. Evelyn took a shaky breath. "If a witness is what you need, take me." Dalton froze. "No, you don't understand what you're doing." But Evelyn knew. She had spent her life chasing the supernatural. This was the moment everything had been leading to. The Watcher extended a long, shadowed hand toward her. Light surrounded them, cold, weightless, blinding. When it faded, Jacob and Russell collapsed onto the ground, alive and gasping, and Evelyn Hart was gone. The forest exhaled. The lights vanished. And the watcher disappeared back into the darkness, leaving only a faint echo behind. The balance is restored. In the weeks that followed, Hollow Creek returned to its quiet rhythm. Jacob and Russell remembered little, only the sensation of floating and the sound of Evelyn calling their names. The townspeople honored Evelyn as a hero, but Sheriff Dalton knew the truth. She had become something else. The new witness, the observer, the keeper of the pact. Every night, Dalton looked toward the forest expecting to see her silhouette, and sometimes he swore he did, standing motionless between the trees, watching over the town with faint white light in her eyes. Hollow Creek remained peaceful, but the legend changed. Now they didn't fear the Watcher. They feared the day the lights would return again, when the next cycle would begin, and when the Watcher came back. Would Evelyn still be there? Or would the town need to choose a new witness? For now, Hollow Creek sleeps under calm skies, but somewhere deep in the woods, a pair of silent glowing eyes still watches, waiting for the next century to pass.